You know, I respect 50 so much. It's because 50 had the wherewithal to make a plan for his people, his team, his crew, and made sure they got bread. Everything else in life is basically holding you back from experiencing what this shit is. All the rhetoric that speaks to, no, you're not supposed to be out here killing and murdering motherfuckers. No, that's not, because you didn't create the life, so you can't take it. But knowing that you're supposed to be growing to the outer ring, that means you have a ring around you. Concept and the reality of what this ring is separating you from the physical connection to this system. So as soon as you put that ring down, you can pick up another ring. It's like hula hoops. So ultimately, we're not supposed to deal with the negative energy. You're not supposed to be all here angry and gangster type shit, because the other cultures, the other outside, it's not going to accept you. This shit is, you're not coming over there with that. You're not going over there like, yo, this is what we about to do. I'm this, I'm that. We come from. Nah, they ain't doing that over there. You going to somebody else's house, so you got to learn to conform. It was like, hold on. So one of the first lessons I learned when I used to travel and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was funny because I remember, right? I'm trying to get comfortable. I remember, right, when I first went to California or whatever, I was in the Emerald Triangle. And it was like when weed was just becoming legal and shit. So I'm out there on the street walking around. I'm like, yo, who got bud? I'm like, yo, where the weed at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, fuck wrong with him? You know what I'm saying? People looking at me like, what the fuck wrong with this dude? It was weird feeling. I remember when I went to the beach, it seemed like the water was higher than the sand. Like I was looking over the water, but the water was bigger. Like the water was over my head, but I'm looking at it. It felt like it was going to come at me, but it was flat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird feeling. My depth perception was showing me something. I was up there by the mountains and all that, and it was just different energy. Hold on. So up there was a lot of white people that was calling themselves or had dreads or was like more like brothers in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like it was weird. I never seen it so packed like that. And they was real loving. Like dude walked up on me, gave me like quarter pound of weed out of the blue. Like this was later though. And it was before I had my first dreads or whatever. So dude was like, on my second set of dreads, the dude was like, we take care of all our brothers out here. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And I was like, yo, that's deep. I never felt that energy from nobody like that. I was like, yo, I appreciate it. Show me love. This is not to say that issues are not everywhere. My experience was showing me that things are different in different places, and you have to adjust to it. I messed around and ran up on this dude that had like the spikes in his head. Before I even ran into the other dudes with the dreads, he had spikes in his head. He looked like a punk rocker. That's what we used to call them back in the day, the punk rockers. So I'm like, yo, who got the bud? He looking at me like, it's legal. Everybody has bud. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, yo, I just came out here. I bet I had a night. I got to smoke. I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, yo, I'll pay you $20 for anything right now. I give you $20 to bring me some bud. He brought me some shake, like the nastiest. Like it was ugly. It was just leaves. You know what I'm saying? It was leaves, sugar leaves, and shit like that. Man, I rolled that shit up. That shit tasted so good. It was just so, and I was happy with it. He gave me a little bag like this. Like he shit the hell out of me for $20. You know what I'm saying? Because what I could have got for $20, it wasn't gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was happy to get it. It didn't even matter. I came to an area that I wasn't familiar with, and I was moving different. So obviously that was gonna happen. So after I paid him for it or whatever, I seen him again later, and I was like, "Yo, I need some more bud." He was like, "Man, just go over there." He's like, "I'll keep taking your money." I was like, "I'll give you $30 this time." He's like, "I keep taking your money." He's like, "Some bullshit. Go over there. They got it. They get it to you. They get it to me." So I walked around the corner, and dude just took out like it's a whole little story, but he took out of this bag and gave me like big handfuls, like here. I'm like, "Oh shit, it's like that out here." You know what I'm saying? So it was love. I rode around the mountains, through the redwoods and all that. It was one of the dopest experiences I ever had in my life. But what that showed me or gave me the opportunity to understand is if you ever go to a new land that you've never been, you got to quickly learn to adjust how they move in order to get service. It's a reality check for me. You know what I'm saying? And we have a problem with that in our culture as carrying ideologies. Like we carry shit from times that don't got nothing to do with our time. Like just to feel good about ourselves. We are like the weakest culture that exists because we based our ideologies off what other people say or old shit or old caskets. Like, oh, this is what they did a million years ago, so this how I'm supposed to be. Oh, well, I got to carry myself like, you know, and it always bothered me. You know, some of the nastiest people are Christians or who claim they Christians. To claim you're a Christian and don't move Christ-like, and Christ-like, Christos and Christ and Christians are three different things. All right, period. Let's just put that out there like that right now. The Christos or the word Christ is a formulated of Germanic term or Greek understanding, which was spawned off of the value of where our terms came from. So it was renaming shit. That's what that Christ energy was doing, was renaming shit. How you think Yahweh Shah got named the Christ? When he traveled, Yahweh Shah, a being, a person, traveled around and connected with other cultures to learn the understanding of life itself. He was also shown. You know, it's like a capstone on this reality that we live in. It's like a cap. So it's like, as far as you think existence goes with this understanding, that's as far as it is. Like we think you live and then you die. You can get hurt in between and lose your life, or something can happen good and you can live better. You know what I'm saying? Like the divine creator ain't of this understanding, but the sperm in my nutsack gotta go through levels too before it can come out the head of my shit. I'm just saying, yo, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to concept this reality or not, is not my problem to make you believe. I can care less if anybody believe because I've been planning I've been planning something my whole entire existence, yo, and I'm like, yo, if every single thing that I do goes to something else, everything I've ever done. I may not speak about it because you can't tell everybody everything, or if you try to, they don't comprehend it anyway. So one thing always led to this thing that would take me to this thing, and after I completed that thing, that I could do that. It's always been my plan. I actually even know where to go. I've always known. I would be wondering when I was a kid, like I'd be looking on my back, I had a map on my back, right? And I would look in the mirror and follow this map. I'm trying to choose my words right. Because this is what people of power are doing right now. They've been doing this. It's like everything they do, I always know. Like they can't lie on TV and say this is what they doing and this is not what they doing. I always knew what they was doing, regardless. I don't know why I can pick up on it. Like I always know. Like when high society is moving around without saying anything to TV or the world, I know. I don't know why I know. I just be knowing. I be like, yo, this is what they doing, yo. They, it's like I seen that movie already before or something. And you know, it's crazy because that's what they trying to do. They try to, you know, particular information keeps you in a headspace. So if I make you feel some type of way, you're going to be too busy thinking about that to do anything else, right? If I give you something to obtain or achieve or a value, you're going to be doing that instead of doing anything else, right? It's like one of the illest things to me, like when I was growing up or being a young adult. I'd be like, damn, why we put so much energy in this? You could take that same energy and put it into this and be more satisfied. It's because people want to follow instead of lead. You know, when you home, you comfortable. So you don't know what it feels like to get comfortable and then step out of your comfort zone comfortably. This existence is for starters. When you fought for the start land, and that cinnamon smells good right now. I keep smelling that cinnamon. Oh, it's in my box. That's why my box cinnamon out. I'm like, why I keep smelling cinnamon? But this place where we're at is for starters. It's for starter creations. Creations that only been here a certain amount of time and they have to grow through the universal light rings. Even with what is it? The celebrities, they throw it in your face. They tell you the Golden Globe Award goes over everybody's head. The Golden Globe Award. Because it's not no freaking planets. It's a bunch of golden globes that are attached to each other outside of what you so-called call space. But the real space that you see is in this golden globe. It's inside of here. Everything is not coming from out of here. It's in here already. It's just so large and so massive, you can't fathom the distance or understand it. So for me to tell you right past the wall, there's other cultures in existence that got transportation and they live different and we knew them at one point and they probably still know your DNA right now. Just think that you're in some other headspace or somewhere dead or whatever, mulch. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of lies that's been told. This is you being used as a ladder. It's you being used as, we can go, we gonna go first. They can't go. They can't go. Well, you can't take that energy with you. You can't just go over there and be good. If that's never been you, like they ain't gonna work, you're gonna go over there and fuck up instantly because you're gonna be like, look at them. They're gonna peep all that. They're gonna peep everything about you, every subconscious understanding. See, the consciousness sits here, wrapped around tight. When you step out of this, your consciousness is known because conversation is not the value in other places. Your mind got to be sharp. Your mind got to be where your conversation is. So if you don't know how to have a normal conversation, like you talk to people out of your mouth, in your mind, then everything you think will be exposed. That's what happens on outside circle. Like when you go in the next level outside the ice wall, yeah, these people, they don't really talk much. They don't talk much. They communicate through vibration. Higher than that, the next level, it's like, it's way out there. They know you coming. They know you coming. They know everything about you before you even get to come through that little water path. They like, so-and-so coming, they done rose. That's where it's at. Like that's how you get these breakoffs of understanding and conscious awareness. Like they telling you straight up, the more you grow, the more you are exposed. Exposure is not always bad. It should be your comfortability. You shouldn't have to think in a heinous way. But hearing this is why I know I ain't supposed to be here, because I be vibing people energy. I'm like, yo, why I already know what you think. But they switched up some values. All right, so it's stories that hasn't been told, right? And you'll never hear about these stories because a bunch of our DNA, a bunch of us was supposed to already been up out of here. We was already supposed to have been gone. And some of us came back to grab other ones that was still here. We wasn't saving nobody. This is the mind that's ready. This is conscious awareness that's ready. Everybody want to put it in a physical understanding. We had to save them. We had to do this, had to do that. Nah, that wasn't what it was. Certain minds are at higher altitudes that belong in other places. And when these minds happen to still be here and resonant, people can use this mind and watch you and see how you move so they can move different. But that never gives them the true growth of mental awareness. That just says they was able to control that. This is where divine comes in, or understanding of higher beings come in, that knows everything about your emotion as far as your conscious awareness, your characteristic, and your stability aspect is who you are as a person. As a person, individually, you'll never separate from where you're supposed to be. If you're supposed to be here because you got to grow through certain physical understandings, the best thing you can do is liberate anything that's higher mind from you. Liberate them, because you still got a class to go through. Push them out the way. Once the minds are gone, and this has nothing to do with death. Once you rise the righteous minds, or the minds that are capable of doing other things other than you, when you rise them, the space is open. Somebody got to step into that space by your action of carrying. If you bring me my bread and it ain't messed up, I can trust you to do that again. If you come through and bring me mine, I can trust you to do that again. It's just a simple way to put it. Most people believe that you're sacrificing for your everyday living. Nah, you make choices every day. And the choices you make are a standpoint to the value of existence. So when you go through life just fighting to keep this thing right here going, this is where karma happens. If you're standing next to someone and you're living or acquiring life in a certain way, and you have somebody right next to you that can't acquire that life the way you have manipulated the value to do that, you've just spoken to the higher ups, whether you know it or not. You've spoken to them. And despite where you think you're going, how you think your life is going to end up, it's already written. It's written by your subconscious actions. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. It's written by your subconscious actions. So the world here has to point every finger at everything. You do this, so you're not that. You do this because you're not that. If you drink, you smoke, you da-da-da-da-da-da, you eat too much, you did it. The body is a physical thing. It's going to temper to the value of this existence, because this is how far light stretches. But you being happy within your choices is a mental stability. It's a mental capability. When you start to think that you're wrong for being happy, tampers with the telepathy, tampers with the understanding of the capability of your mind. So when people are focusing on your mind from a distance, or the higher beings are focusing on your synapses from a higher distance, you know what they say? Your mind ain't right. Because you're confused. You don't know if you should be doing what you're doing or not. You listening to other people. You're a being on your own. Do you got self-control? Can you garner how you take care of yourself without endangering anybody else in those type of energies? Can you still be as loving and giving while you're being loving and giving to yourself, no matter what you deal with? This is why you're not supposed to judge, yo. And the souls that die, or the bodies that die, that wasn't complete, yeah, they turn to a blue film. It turns to like a blue mist. And that be the skies. That be what's trapped. That's what we're in. When you start going to the edge, the skies get open. But spiritual energy is a tether to you. So the skies follow you. You see everybody grabbing their materialistic value and they about to go over here. We about to live stream some other beings. No, you will never do that. Never. 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 Never do that. Never. They know you coming already. They're not going to let you see them. They're not going to deal with you. Your mentality is a whole, and they know your mind before you even get to where you're going. So everybody's like, yo, we're going to get there first. They're taking pictures. They're taking pictures of a reverse camera view behind or in front of the ice wall, right? Trying to get you to picture it because divine minds can open up reality. So it's like, oh, they doing that? Why we can't do it? Yeah, sure you can do it. Are you correct? Are you ready? This first, second, and third thing is not really what it is. It's never going to be that. And you know how I know I'm dropping it? Because every time I look at the clock, I hit triple numbers. Every time. I ain't even trying to. I just look up. I've seen 11-11 already. I've seen 12-12. I've seen 10-10. And I just seen 21-21. And I seen 15-15. All while I'm watching this video. Or while I'm recording this video right now. This is why some of the stories back in the day always had like a misconception of reality. People would turn away from different family members or turn away from different processes. It's because something was telling you that you got to rise. And rising is not particularly, your head sits on your shoulders. Your head sits on your neck, and your neck is connected to your shoulders. Your consciousness sits around your throat. This is why when you're nervous, you swallow. This is why somebody say something to you, be like, that's your first response. When you don't know shit, you swallow. Your second response is to speak. Majority of the time you speak wrong or you speak right, it's going to allow you to exhale out of your nose and see what you're talking about correctly. Then your mind can think and process, and then higher than that is another echelon. You got some people out here, yo. Yo, brothers is slow, yo. Like, it was crazy how Charleston White was like, yo, that's female tendencies, niggas who do shit like that. I be like, yo, I use lotion, but I be ashy as shit. I gotta put it on sometime. My skin be so dry after I be working and shit. And that shit don't even work. Like, my skin will drink that shit up. Like, I gotta get in the water to be right. You know what I mean? I gotta lay down and get in the water to be right. Like, soak and take a good shower. Scrub a dub. But yeah, nah, I don't get haircuts and all that. I let my shit grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care. Like, I ain't got time to be all. I'm happy with me. You know what I'm saying? And people who are not happy with them, they stay trying to change themselves. They stay trying to upgrade what they are. Only thing I'm trying to do is get to that spot to where I can keep working on what Divine gave me, which is me. Yo, it's sad that people they'll never comprehend, even when you think you're the most dynamic in this system of things. You never comprehend, yo. Never comprehend. The most intelligence you're going to have is the intelligence that's taught to you. So that means you're a computer. You're a slave. You're going to always be a slave, a Slavic. Slavics. This shit is crazy, man. You know, I don't try to hold on, and I can have some of the illest conversations with people because I see your power before you understand your power. But somebody think they're gonna tell it to somebody else before you say anything. You don't know shit about what I'm gonna say. Nobody knows what I'm gonna say because the knowledge Divine give me is not something that's you can go find, but I can cross-reference it and show you that it's real. Divine don't make mistakes. People make mistakes all the time. And it's always going to be like that. You're going to look out of yourself and you're going to see and feel out of yourself of how you want things to change. This is where hate come from. Lack thereof of who you are. You're going to try to tell people who else wrong. Like they wrong because of this or they right because of this. Listen, this is how you're right or wrong. It's how I've been conducting myself like this for a long time. My grandfather taught me this shit. I did a whole video on this shit the other day. You start them out with 100 points. You start treating people different, I'm going to treat you that way. You don't show me the same respect I show you, I'm not going to show you that respect. That has nothing to do with being childish. It has nothing to do with being arrogant or nothing. For simple reasons. If I speak to you, you don't speak to me, I'll never speak to you again. And I know you see me. I know you hear me. Fuck, I need to talk to you for. My feelings are fine. I'll just remove myself and leave you with the understanding of what that is. And most people lie to themselves so much they think because they can lie to everybody else that shit is a reality. You put on nice clothes, you talk about your this, you talk about that. None of that shit matters to the divine. The divine didn't say I'm sending you here to have a Cosby shirt. Divine didn't say I'm gonna send you here to go get a haircut. Divine didn't say none of that. Divine said, I'm sending you there to grow. Somebody had to manipulate what growth was. So you only thought growth was growing from your feet to your head. I'm gonna get taller, I'm gonna get bigger, I'm gonna be a man. You think that's growth. It's a form of growth. Let me see who calling my jack. I'm gonna holler at y'all. NAGA.